Blessings. Hey, Shayla. Bless you, pony girl. How y'all doing? I am sharing. Blessings, everyone. Blessings. Y'all come on in. God bless y'all. Bless you, Charles, Naisha, Latanya. God bless you. God bless you. You know, I, I've been doing this for, I've been doing this for a long time, mostly um, mostly in public. And thank you, Charles. Please, everybody, hit the like button, please. If y'all want to touch some other people, you can hit the like button. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Charles. You know, I've been, I have seen, I've seen, I have seen people. Um, I think I got that. I've seen people. I have seen people in life make a lot of decisions. I'm talking about Christian. I'm talking about church people, men, women. I have seen them make a lot of decisions, you know, and and it seems like, thank you. She's watching on TV. Oh boy, I'm on TV now. Thank you, Nice. Nice was broadcasting me. You know, I have seen a lot of people make a lot of decisions. A lot of decisions. Like, this when I say decision means that there are some decisions that you don't have to make. Bless you, Rochelle. God bless you. There are some decisions that you should make, and there are some decisions that you should never make, and there are some decisions that you need to make. And it's just amazing. It's amazing that if you want to stop hurting yourself, if you want to stop hurting yourself, listen to this. If you want to stop being miserable, if you want to stop being lonely, you want to stop being broke. If you if are you, first of all, you got to get tired of yourself. That's the first thing. Because as long as yourself keeps talking to you about making decisions, yourself. Bless you, Caitlin. Excuse me. As long as yourself, I want you to listen to this because this is like, you know, this is very serious. You have to get tired of yourself of making the wrong decisions. I've been around bishops, prophets, prophetess, evangelists, elders, clergies. I'm telling you, I've been around them and they made some bad decisions. They made and some people don't understand. You don't have to make bad decisions. Do you understand? You don't if you want your life to shine, you want your life to shine, you want a shift in your life. I'm telling you, it's about the decisions you make. If you want to stop being miserable, if you want to walk in God's divineness, it's the decisions. Don't let nobody fool you. It's about the decision that you make. That the decision you make is putting you in situations. Even if you listen to somebody, you still have to make your own decision. Even if they twist your arm. If they twist your arm and your arm is hurting, they telling you to tap out. Even if you tap out, you are making the wrong decision. Do you understand? You are making a decision. It's about the decisions that you make. And I'm not, listen, this is not a motivation speech. I don't, I don't want to go there right now. I don't want to go there right now. I rather be, I rather hear prophetic because it's gonna come from God. I rather hear prophetic because motivation speech, I'm telling you, it clashes with the flesh and the spirit. So this is not a motivation speech. So you should at least feel good. You should feel real good about this because God is speaking to you. I'm telling you this. Every level that you are looking for to change your life, every level you want to go up on, it comes down to the decisions that you make. I'm telling you this. It's the decisions. It's the decision that gets you in the mess. Even when you listen to somebody, see, if you listen to somebody and you say, well, they told me, you still made a decision, Adam. Adam, you still made the decision. You didn't have to agree. When you agree, you making a decision. If you don't want to be broke, I'm telling you this. If you don't want to be broke, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's some type of decisions that you're making. If you're loneliness, I'm telling you, it's a decision. It's some type of decision you're making. If you if listen to what I'm saying now. It's some type of decision that you're making in your life. I want you to sit there. I want you to really think about this. The next level is listen, is hanging on the thread of your decision. It's hanging on you. It's hanging on the thread of your decision. You might say, "Well, you don't talk about us and you." I listen, when you're saved and God has opened the door for you, He has opened the door. If you don't go through the door, the angels is not going to push you in the door. There was a famous movie, and there was a famous guy. Well, I guess you can call him famous because his line that he had in this whole movie was he says everybody want to go to heaven, but he said but nobody don't want to die. It's something like that. Listen, you everything is off a decision. If you want to lose weight, it's a decision. If you don't want to, if you don't want to look like this or that, or you want to do this, you want to do that, I'm telling you this, it's a decision. And the reason why I'm gonna get prophetic with it, because I don't want you to think that this is a motivation of speech, is because God has put the decision in your spirit. God has shown you the decision that you need to make that will make a difference like never before. God has listen. God has God has shown you. Listen, God ain't God ain't no loser. God is not a loser. So how can you be a loser? It has to be decisions. And you might be sitting there and saying, "Oh, man, this is." Listen to some of you saying, "Oh, this is hard. This is a hard decision to make." So this is a hard decision. Now think about this. Think about this. If God put it in your heart and He have shown you the way, why is it hard? Why is it hard? Listen, if you knew, if you knew that there was a buried treasure in a cemetery, and you the only one knew it, and they buried people 6 feet, but the treasure 10 feet. And the good thing about it, it's not around nobody. It's not in nobody's grave or under somebody's grave. Now, if you knew the treasure was there, and it was told to you that the treasure was there, and they told you that you can have the treasure if you go get it. Now, I don't know if you're gonna get some help. Tell somebody that you trust to help you. I don't know if you're gonna do that. I don't know if you're going to go through it, but that's a decision that you have to make. Because if you get that treasure, it would change the course of your finances forever. if you if you can make the right decisions in life, listen to me now. Right now, just you need to make a winning decision. You feel miserable. You're going through this. You're going through that. You're on your job or your finance or your or or your job. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, God has put it in your spirit. The reason why it had not came to your mind is because why would God let it come to your mind when He know you ain't gonna you ain't gonna do it? That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny, but it's true. It's a little funny. I want you to understand. Come on now, come on, come on. Because there's a lot of people all on YouTube making the wrong decision. Listen, you got billions of people on YouTube making the wrong decision. And they don't want to see, they don't want to listen to something to help them make the right decision. They want to be entertained so they can continue to make the wrong decisions. Wake up. Wake up, YouTube. Wake up. Wake up. You falling for all the lies. I get your page. You're gonna get 10 figures. You're gonna get 6 figures. You're gonna get 20 figures. You got all type of figures. Every time you look around, it's a figure. You know what I'm saying? Come on, YouTube. Where you at? Come on now. Y'all passing me by. Listen, I see you pass me by, but it ain't gonna make no difference. Because if you pass me by, you made the wrong decision again. Excuse me. Making the wrong decision will cost you. I'm telling you, the man that came out of his house mad, being mad will make you have, listen, being mad will make you make the wrong decision. Having the most wrong attitude. Something got to tick you off. It got to be something that tick you off. Do you understand? That bring it to life. That woman backed up in that man's yard to turn around. This man ran out the house without his shoes on, with his gun in his pocket. This is how fast you can make a wrong decision. That's how fast it was. Did you see how fast that was? Did you see it? Did anybody did anybody y'all did you see that? You see how fast? That's how fast. You want to see it again? Did you see it? Did you see how fast? That's how fast you can make a wrong decision when you don't understand your own self. When you don't understand your own heart. That's how fast you will make the wrong decision. And now you're trying to lie. When the police got there, you don't believe this now. You know how fast it takes for you to come back to your senses? Wait a minute, did you see it? Did you see? Wait a minute, did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? They saw it. Well, nobody's. That's how fast. That's how fast you'll come back to your senses. That is the most fastest way that you can be in the grave, locked up, all types of things. Now he's at the door lying to the officer. Officer, she threatened me. He lied to the officer probably maybe about 5 minutes. I said probably. Allegedly. Allegedly, he pulled the gun out. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you see what I saw? Did you see what millions of people saw? We all saw it. His own camera. His own camera. No, you listen, you don't hear me though. See, your attitude will blind you. And when you come back to earth, when you come back to reality, your own camera, your own camera, you understand? Your own camera, you understand? He the one put the camera up. It just wasn't time for him to go to jail. But listen, but he went to jail then. He gonna put that gun up to that woman's head. What? What? See, this is what y'all understand. You can say these demons all you want to, but demons need a stupid fool. Demons need a fool. You don't understand what I'm saying. Demons needs a fool to be a fool. What about it? How many times you turned around in the driveway? Listen, I can't even count how many times I turned around in somebody's driveway. I cannot count. I cannot count. When he get to prison, they gonna call him driveway. He got a new name. Hey man, hey, y'all hear about driveway? You going to jail and you ain't pulled the trigger. We gonna call it, yeah. His name is Driveway. So this is the thing. Whatever attitude the person be, that will be that will become their name. Yeah, Driveway. He wants to listen. He wants to spend 5 to 10 minutes talking to the police like he got sense. He up there, and his wife right there. She's very submissive. And some men looking back saying, "Don't you see the wife? They don't make none like that no more." Because even when he went at the driveway and he had the gun up, she didn't say nothing. She was right there. Wow. Driveway and submissive. You can hear the men's in the background. I ain't seen no woman like, oh, they lock him up. I'm going over there and get his woman. She ain't telling. She ain't trying to stop him. And it might be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? She might know. She probably been praying that he mess up. And basically what she probably was doing to celebrate. Cause we couldn't see her head, not really. She probably when she seen him pull the gun out, she was smiling. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna divorce your butt now. I'm getting all the money. You stupid, my stupid husband. Yeah, now, see that? You see that? I kept telling you, your mouth, you kept acting crazy with me in the house. You see, and that's what she. I can see him now. Betty, what they call them Karens. Well, now she's not a Karen because she didn't act a fool. Betty, please, Betty, call the lawyer. Come get me out. I'm sorry, Betty. And Betty is smiling. Yeah, buddy, you can go get your own butt on down. Get out this house. I've been wanting you to leave. Man, see, she wanted to say that. You can tell. She said, what's wrong with you? What you running down the driveway putting your gun out on an innocent woman because she turned around? You idiot. You know, he just made a bad decision. And you can tell the type of person he is. The way he was talking to the police, he was like, trying to, he was using all the sign hands and everything, and he kept pointing at his skin, you know what I'm saying? Because he was Caucasian, he was white, he was saying, this, these things happening shouldn't come up here and do all this stuff. They shouldn't be turning around in my yard. But it was too late. It was too late. The camera that he got from Best Buy, he put up all the way around his house for a thief and a fool or robbery or somebody is crazy. Guess what? He's the number one fan of his own technique. And the sad part about it, the woman that was innocent ain't did nothing. That's the really sad part. That's the sad part. Truly, you can make a mistake and you can say, wait a minute, you got this wrong. I didn't try to do what you think I did. I mean, I would just turn. If I didn't knew it was a problem, I would have never came in your driveway. I would have went around the block again. But if you had a sign up there and said, don't come up in here, I wouldn't have came up in there. I just didn't think it was a problem. And it's amazing of what we're seeing all over the world. Right here in the United States, pointedly, what's wrong with the driveway? Everybody, what is their problem with the driveway? I don't even get. Is it a, is it a driveway thing? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know what it is, but I just want to understand. I think a lot of people need to understand. So when they put him in there and they have him and he get ready to see the judge, we need to have nothing but cameras from every from every newscast. We need to have every camera on him. Driveway needs to be the most special person in the whole wide world in those minutes because we need to know what is this thing about the driveway? Because if it's like that, I don't want a driveway. Maybe something is going on. Listen. If I had a driveway, I call them up. Hey, concrete man, come over here and turn my driveway into gravel. I don't want no driveway. What is it? We serve a, 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 a powerful God. We serve an intelligent spirit. There's an intelligent spirit in us. There's an intelligent spirit in us. Listen to what I'm saying. When you are watching people and they're not intelligent, where you thought they was intelligent, and they doing some things that it's not intelligent. They doing a lot of things. I don't know if you noticed this. They doing a lot of things. It's not intelligent. God put a spirit in you that is intelligent. Solomon was very intelligent. But Jesus said he was more so. Who do we have in us? Jesus. I'm going to say it again. Who do we have in us? The Spirit of Jesus. Is that spirit intelligent? Is the Spirit of Jesus intelligent? Will the Spirit of Jesus make you less intelligent? So why do you make decisions without seeking God? In the Bible, there's something that is very unique. I know you heard of this before. In Matthew 8 and 23. And when Jesus was entering into the ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, and so much that the ship was covered with the waves, but Jesus was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And Jesus said unto them, why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Do I need to say it again? Jesus said unto them, why are ye fearful? O ye of little faith. Then Jesus arose and rebuked the winds and the sea. And there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him. You have an intelligent spirit. But the first wave of the sea and the first storm, who gets fearful? The first thing that challenges your faith, you get fearful. You can't even see. You want to fight. You want to fuss. You want to argue. You want to shoot. You want to kill. That man felt like that was a storm that came upon his driveway. And most people, when you see them act in a rage, you said they're not fearing. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. See, they fearing something that they can't have it their way. And the only person they standing before is God. The only person that they standing before is God. Fearful. It is amazing that Jesus, and it's like he sleep. They've been around Jesus for a long time. They sing signs, they sing wonders. They watch people stand up and walk who has never walked. They seen people who was blind, now they see. But see, the problem is when the problem comes to you, when a problem comes to you, what I'm seeing in this here, that God has an answer. Well, let's say it like this. If you believe in God, any problem that comes to you, you already know that the answer is going to happen. Why? Because you believe in God. See, sometimes people believe in God instead of in the present tense. They believe in God in the aftermath. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. See, the present tense, if you believe in God in the present tense, you're not going to be moved by the storm, what you see and what you feel. Because God and you're in the present tense. Your faith, you believe God in the present tense. But many people believe God after. That's the reason why after the fact, after the fearful, after the carouse or whatever the mind may take them, then they want to say, forgive me. But don't realize what you could have lost or what could have happened to you. If Jesus wasn't on that boat, they probably could have died because they already revealed when he was asleep their attitude, the way they interpret life. So, so you got to understand what I'm trying to say to you. You can believe God in the present tense, or you can believe God in the aftermath. It's your decision. Because in the aftermath, that means you got to go through what you got to go through. until you learn to believe God in the present tense. Because in the present tense, you're not going to fear the storm. It's nothing going to change your attitude from holy to unholy. It's nothing going to make you snap. Do you understand? It's nothing that's going to do you like that. Because I'm telling you this, as we live in these times that are evil, these spirits that is roaming around here, they'll come in your sleep. They'll come in your mind. They ain't got to even touch you. They'll touch somebody else around the corner, next door. You thinking that you're gonna you think you finna find you think you finna find um salvation somewhere else. Let me tell you something. This is real. God in the present tense or God in the aftermath. We're trying to teach people to know God in the predestined, in the predestined, which means the which means he's the Alpha and the Omega. Because even the present tense, the only way you can get to the present tense is to believe in what is predestined. If you don't believe what God say, you don't believe in predestined. So now you're dealing with the present, and you can't deal with the present because when the storm comes, you want to call God in the aftermath. Don't you see the aftermath? Did you see the aftermath in Florida? Did you see the aftermath in Africa? Do you see the aftermath in Ukraine and Russia? These are the aftermaths. Because you're seeing what the Lord says this. He says the flesh can only produce destruction. The flesh can only produce destruction. Because it has a system that it believes that it don't need God. It don't need God. You ever seen people that you've been admiring for years, and you never heard them cuss, never, excuse me, never seen them do anything? Then one day it shocks you. You say, "Wow." Let me tell you something. Until you believe, see, a lot of people don't believe the word. Listen to what I'm about to get off. Listen to what I got to say. A lot of people don't believe the word of God. Let me tell you why. The word, a lot of people trying to believe the word of God for the now. They teach it like that. Now faith. Believe the word of God for now. But the word is really predestined. Don't you understand what I'm saying? The word is really predestined. See, the word, everything in the word is predestined. Even now faith. It's predestined. God spoke it and it was predestined. That's the reason why God has to be first. If you can't believe and make God first, that means you can't understand predestined. You know how many Christians live in the aftermath of faith? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You cannot know God living in the aftermath faith. You have to know God according to what is predestined. You missing this. Everything in this world, listen, listen, even my numbers, even people on the outside not coming in. Let me tell you something. It's predestined. I had to learn that. When I say I had to learn that. The Bible, a lot of people say, oh, the Bible's so holy. Oh, the Bible's this. Let me tell you something. The reason why they can't kill the Bible, the reason why they can't change the Bible, listen to me. The reason why you've seen them change things in the Bible over years, over time, listen, the reason why they couldn't change it because it's predestined. If it was now, they can listen, and you believe it now, you'll miss it if you don't believe that God is predestined. When you begin to believe that God is predestined and everything He predestined, He can make them scriptures come out and be revealed to you the origin of truth. Oh, you don't hear me, do you? Think you know the devil? Because you read the Bible, bought thousands of books and stuff like that. If you don't understand if you don't understand the doctrine of predestination, Jesus kept telling them, this is what He said, you don't believe it, this is written. It's predestined. My life, Jesus said. Jesus was telling them. See, the reason why they couldn't catch on, it was predestined. See, when you think about God making your steps, He orders your steps. I want you to get this. God don't order your steps in the future. God don't order your steps in the future. So you need to think about this. He don't order your steps in the presence. He only order your steps in the predestined before it happens. Because God knows man. But man don't know God. Predestined. You hear a lot of people, oh, I put down this Christianity and I show you. I put down my religion, I show you what I do. They living in the aftermath. Because in the predestined, listen to this. You don't have to fight the devil. If you believe the word predestined, you wouldn't even believe in property. You wouldn't believe in sickness if you understood the doctrine of predestined. When the Bible said we heal by His stripes, it's because it was predestined. We heal because it's predestined. What did He say about the blind man? And the disciples said, "Who sinned it? Was it his mother? Was it his parents? Did they send it for him to be born blind?" Jesus said, "If you knew the glory of God." The glory of God is predestined, people. See, you can have a man, he can get a mic and go out and preach, prophesy, whatever. A woman can do it too. But I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. If they're walking in the presence, if they're walking in the aftermath, I'm telling you this now. they will be coming up under some judgments, some serious judgments. Because if they don't understand God predestined doctrine, if they don't understand because I'm telling you, the whole Bible is predestined. That's why when you come to God and you believe God who He is, and everything that God say, He is saying it will come to pass. The reason why you can't believe that everything will come to pass, you fearful, you're into self. You don't understand. You're not living in God's timing. You're living in your own timing, or you're living in somebody's timing, but you're not living in God's timing. God's timing is predestined. God tell you to be still. You don't want to be still. You in the presence. You're in the present time. Nobody can tell you to be still. How you think people gonna miss the way when Christ comes? Many gonna be in the aftermath of faith. Many gonna be in the presence of faith, but they're not gonna be in the predestined of faith. Because the chosen, oh my God, oh my God, the chosen, do you understand? The chosen has been predestined. Do you understand? The children of God has been predestined. Do you understand? They walk in predestined. They believe in predestined. They speak it. You don't understand. You'll be around them and you'll crucify them. Do you understand? You'll put them on the cross because they're living not in your time. Their mind is not in your time. Their mind is in predestined. It's on God. You can say you know the same God, but I'm telling you this. In your walk of life, God will reveal who knows him. Do you understand? Because I'm telling you, it's already predestined that it may be revealed. That's why man can't stop nothing. That's why I can't stop his ignorance. Excuse me. You can't stop the man ignorant. You can't stop the man from doing crime. You can't stop. See, you don't understand why you can't stop people from doing stuff. I'm telling you, it's because it's predestined. They're trying to figure out. You see them in politics. You see them in high places. They're trying to figure out why this going on. The police, oh, I never seen this in my whole 50 years, my whole 30. I never seen no crime like this. It's because God has predestined. Do you understand? And they can't stop it because the evil in man's heart is coming out. It's flowing out. Satan is coming out. Everything is coming out. Everything is coming out. You don't need to, listen, you don't need that in you or around you. You need to be walking and understanding things going on and things around. Yes, Lord. If you was to hear me talk to certain people in my personal time, I'm talking about Christian people. When I'm talking to certain people and we're talking about different things going on in the world or my life or whatever like that, let me tell you something that I say. So you'll know what type of conversation I'm having. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I know and I understand. Whatever happens to me is predestined. I know this. If I'm off key, the Bible already written about it, and it's written what will happen. It's written what when you get back on key. It written what happened for you to get back on key. That's how powerful the Bible is in the spirit. Man can take the page and do whatever you want to do. They can't figure out. It ain't gonna listen. They can sit around, get the Quran, and get the Bible, do all this jibber jab, talking about the South Africans, talking about slaves and where you come from, and all this stuff. You can do all you want to, but I'm telling you, even that is predestined by God that they would do. That's how powerful it is. It's like It's like God is saying, it's like God sitting in a room with you, and you sitting there, and God say to you, they're gonna get up, they're gonna go to the water fountain, they're gonna go to the table, they're gonna go to the window, and they're gonna bag up, and they're gonna stomp 3 times, and they're gonna come back, and they're gonna sit in that seat, but they're gonna sit and cross their legs, and you sitting there, and you doing just like this. What? They actually did that. This is what predestination doctrine is. Jesus said he had to go through Samaritan. If you, that's one of the countries that when he specified, he said, I got to go through Samaritan. If Jesus' stripes can be predestined, if you go into the pages of old, you will find clips of things years and years before Jesus came that were fulfilled when he was on the earth. Did you notice how did you notice how people who really knew Christ when he came, they knew about the predestined doctrine? Did you know about the wise men? They knew, they knew. Even the priests inside of the siglu, or you can call it church, synagogue, whatever you want to call it, sitting in there with all the scrolls of the prophets, didn't know because they was living in present time. That's the way they live. They didn't listen. They didn't live for what God, the way God speaks. God don't speak in the present time. He listen. God controls the present and the aftermath through predestined. There's a scripture that says for this is God speaking, for you to know that it is God. It is I, said the Lord. I speak it before it comes. That's the only way you can know God. If you walk around don't even know you predestined, you confused about this, you confused about that, you in the present. And then you're gonna have the aftermath happen to you. Then you'll call upon God. Walking with God. Just think about it. He just said, to know that I am God. I say those things before they come. So that means you have to believe God. When he said, I say those things before they come to pass. So God's going to have a conversation with you about things that don't even exist, but they're going to come to pass. But the way you're going to be able to walk and believe God is because everything he say, you have to be able to believe everything he say because you don't see it. That's the only way you can have a conversation, a relationship with God. You have to believe God before you see it, before it happens. This is the reason why in this time, God is raising this ministry up because I'm telling you, it's about relationship with God. This is the only way you're going to enter into the kingdom of God. I'm talking about to the church who has already received the baptism and so on, the basis. But you got to understand, you're not just going to enter into the kingdom of God, which is that. You can't. He done that you may have a relationship with him according to his terms. He don't want no relationship because you trying to make it as so easy and so understanding that you understand God. He don't want the flesh. He don't want the flesh. It's amazing that the Bible talks about the flesh after you are saved. After you're saved, it warns you of the flesh. After you are saved. You know why? Because it would interfere with God's relationship with you. That's why. And you can actually fool yourself. Many people is going on and have fooled themselves. They have fooled themselves. God didn't fool them. He didn't fool them. He tried to give them life and life more abundantly. But they took the abundantly and they thought it was about material. Abundantly it means that God will reveal himself constantly and deeply to you. That's what abundantly is. But it's just something about God, the material things, he created them. He'll give them to you. Just like the devil. The devil don't own anything. I'm I'm telling you, he really don't. He really don't. But you're not understanding unless you understand the predestined doctrine. You'll be fighting the devil and fighting the devil and fighting the devil, and you don't understand the predestined doctrine. It ain't no fight. That's the reason why the demons see Satan understand. Listen to this. The demons and Satan understands the predestined doctrine, but they cannot flow with it. They cannot understand when it happens, and how it flows. But they understand because the demon said, "Did you come before time?" So they knew. Do you understand? When the demon said that, God allowed us to hear that. He allowed that to be written in there so we'll understand how the demons can see and know things. But you got many people that is preaching the gospel, don't understand predestination. The demon said to Jesus, "Did you come before time?" Which means there were some things that the demons and some things that they got to do. They don't know when Christ's coming, but it's some things that they know that they are going to have. God is going to allow them to do. And believe me, they want to do it. And they're doing it now. Listen to this. Look at what the demon said to Jesus in his time. And look at the time that we live in. Look what the demon said to Jesus. Did you come before time to torment us? The Bible said, you got to understand this. Demons they want to take more control. But this is prophecy. You in the store, and all of a sudden people shooting, and you find out it was no reason for it, but they shot up and killed people, killed those 21 children and teachers. No reason at all. The demons know that they are going. You got to understand their mentality is demon. Do you understand? Their taste and their action is demons. And they've been grooming people. They've been grooming people when they was a child. They've been grooming people. They've been grooming certain people. They've been grooming them. Do you understand? These things that you're seeing is if you take it and you look what Jesus, what God allowed the demon to say, then you can understand. If you understand the predestined doctrine, when that demon spoke, he was speaking about that predestined doctrine of God. What shall come to pass. And he said, you come before time. Listen to what he said. And look at the time that you live in now. And the time that you live in wasn't like that then. And look what's going on. The demons are, listen, people are worshiping the demons. Demons just like, man, just like it's some new clothes. People are worshiping demons like it's new clothes, man. They in their house. I'm telling you, they want money, they want fame, they want a woman, they want a husband, they want a wife, they going to the psychics, they going to the witches. I'm telling you, they finding books. They are in their they're in a secret place. They're in a secret place seeking these things. And if they don't like you, they putting stuff on you. They speaking words at you. You don't understand what I'm saying. This is just true. Listen, this is just true now. Some of these people you see snapping, somebody probably put something on them because they did something to them or they did something to somebody. Because they'll tell you, some people tell you, all right, I got you. I'm telling you, you got some people say, okay, all right. You mess with I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And when they go home, and they go up in there, man, had them demons and stuff like that. Some people, I'm telling you, they end with them demons. They end with them. So what is the children of God going to do? You need to get out of the aftermath. You need to get out of the present. And you need to understand the predestined. And you need to understand it. I mean, you need to understand it quickly and fast. And if you go and listen to the end of my message, I'm telling you, death to self, it brings you there. It brings you there. The sea and the waves in Genesis chapter 1. Jesus, according to John chapter 1, was in the beginning. Nothing was made that wasn't made if he wasn't there. He has made all things through him who has called him before all things. The sea knows Jesus. You can't listen. You can't play with this. The seas knows God. And the only way it's going to know you if you live and understand the predestination of the gospel of God, which is his ways. That is God's nature and that is his ways. When you begin to understand that you trying to fight something that God already had predestined for it to be destroyed. We need to stop saying what we heard people say. Some of us are saying things what we heard in church people say. Some of you are saying that you're battling, you having these battles and these warfares and stuff. Let me tell you something. Please stop saying that. I keep telling people stop saying that. When Paul talked about warfare in Ephesians, it wasn't that's not warfare. What you got to understand, that's not what he was talking about. The warfare that he was talking about was the warfare in your flesh. When you are having problem believing, I can prove it. You might not want to believe this. There's disciples, the apostles never went through any warfare with Satan. They had authority. I'm gonna say it again. When you hear people say they battling Satan, how can you battle Satan when Jesus said the spirit of the Lord is upon me? Do you know what it means for this? See, you can actually have the wrong. See, God knows you're saying it in ignorance. You can actually be saying the wrong thing that grieves the spirit, because the spirit of God, when it come upon you, it's the spirit of the Lord. I don't know if you understand. How in the world the spirit of the Lord is battling Satan? When he binds, casts, delivers at the sound of his voice. That's not no battle. Please, this old time religious, this gospel and these things these people preaching, understand how to divide the word of truth according to Jesus Christ. When they got put in jail, they did not say that Satan was battling. They was in a battle. Even Paul, when he said that an agent of Satan came to buffet him, he never said he was battling that thing. He explained that it was that he may be more humble. Oh my God, you don't understand. People, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God. Many churches has gotten it wrong and said it wrong. My God, my God. How can they mistake the things that Jesus say? How? How can they mistake it? Why do men dare to mock God, and they dare to tempt God? They dare to do this. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they would dare to take a scripture and don't take the whole chapter and say, this is what our organization, this is what we believe. We the first church of Christ in the world. We are the first church, and we are the church. We're the number one church. How can they? I don't understand this. Why would man tempt God when it's right there? When it's right there. Predestined. Read Ephesians chapter 1. When you get off here, unless Satan blocks you, you read Ephesians chapter 1. And after this message came across, watch what happens when you read Ephesians chapter 1. Watch what happens. And if it don't happen to some of you, that's between you and God. But I know what's going to happen to some of you when you read it. I know what's going to happen to some of you. God bless you. God bless you.